Likened to rotten eggs or a wheelie bin left out in the sun, locals say the stench is unbearable.
It just smells horrible pretty much all of the time.
Just smells exactly like a dump smell.
Like you've just thrown a whole bunch of fertiliser over on the grass.
More than 70 witness statements forming the basis of a new restraining order against the NuGrow garbage facility in Ipswich, southwest of Brisbane.
The stench is absolutely putrid. It genuinely impacts the day-to-day of our community. Who wants to move to a city that smells like trash?
It's the latest development in a decade-long saga. Almost 25,000 complaints have been made to the Environment and Science Department since 2018, pointing fingers at the major garbage facility which composts food scraps and other organic waste. Fury growing when the community started reporting locals were getting sick.
My skin's burning a lot of the time. I'm itching all the time.
Young women going to the doctor because they're nauseous, thinking that they may be pregnant. But it's the stink.
Respiratory problems, they are having rashes, migraines, headaches, and it's impacting young kids as well as older people.
People going and getting out-of-pocket medical expenses, seeing doctors that they can't really afford because of something that could actually be stopped if the right action was taken.
NuGrow says it's working to resolve the issue, but pointed out government authorities approved the facility's location and subsequently signed off on a housing development nearby.
There are suburbs that are over 100 years old that can smell it. So it's not the encroaching residential area, it's the fact that NuGrow and other companies need to follow the law.
Now the Queensland Government is hoping its restraining order, if successful, will limit parts of the facility's operations responsible for the odorous fumes.
That's a dangling carrot. That is something that is being given to the community from years of crying out for some help. And we need to be looking at the bigger picture, which is a permanent solution to a permanent problem.
Well, Tracey Butler lives in Ipswich and started a petition to stop the stench. Tracey, who do you blame for this? Because NuGrow says the government approved housing nearby after its facility was already approved.
I understand what they're saying, but there's houses that have been here a lot longer than NuGrow has. So it's just because they've extended the housing where the houses are. They've always been here. The state government approved them to be here, and it's just wrong. We should be having a health inquiry into Ipswich, whereas the state government won't step up and announce it. For goodness sake, we can't even have our windows and doors open. You know, we want to be able to smell fresh air. We want kids to walk to school without vomiting. I have seen that many kids walk past my house and be vomiting going to school. By the time they get to school, they're going into the sick room with pounding headaches, and the parents have to go back and pick them up. These kids are losing education, the odours are bad, there's daycare centres out here, there's schools out here. High school kids are going into libraries of lunchtime when the smell is around. It is that bad.
Tracey, it sounds like an absolute nightmare to live with this. Can you describe the smell for us?
Okay, the other night it was like manure, composting, mixed with a very high ammonia chemical smell. Oh. And within 30 seconds of me smelling it, I was dry reaching. And then I ended up vomiting. My dogs are sneezing. It's not only that, my dog has rashes on his skin that are unknown to the vet. The vet turns around and says, these rashes are caused by the environment. Why? What is in the environment that is poisoning our animals and our kids? Now, why won't the state government call a health inquiry? You know, like, we're doing what we can do. Residents are up in arms. Residents are fighting these guys. Residents are fighting the government. And the government is sitting back and saying, no, yeah, we know you're sick. Yes, we know there's a problem out there, but no, we're not doing a health inquiry. We can't have barbecues. This smell, honestly, dictates everything we do in life. Whether we can go outside and hose the plants, whether we can watch the kids on trampolines and in swings, whether we can go walks during the day. Now, and have windows open at night time. That's never going to happen here. We can't hang washing out on the line like everybody else in the state of Queensland because of the odours. Because if we do hang washing out, we need to bring it back in, re-wash it and put it into a clothes dryer. You can't do it. Kids come home from schools with their uniforms stinking of these odours. It's in their hair, it's on their skin. What are these odours doing to these kids?
Would you have moved there if you'd known about this?
Never. Never, never, never.
And have you considered moving out?
Yes, there's no houses available.
Tracey, obviously you think that a restraining order isn't going to do much on this plant. What would you like to see? What would you like to see happen? You'd like it to see a health inquiry. What else would you like to see happen from here?
Definitely like to see a health inquiry and definitely like to see the fines rise dramatically, like in the millions. Fine them in the millions. Don't fine them 10,000. That's nothing to them. Fine them in the millions and then they might follow the EPOs. They're just thumbing their nose at the government and thinking, oh, go away, guys, you know, like, oh, God, we've got another fine to cop. Oh, well, just pay it or not pay it, you know. They don't care. They honestly don't care. They're making that much money. They don't care about the residents of Ipswich.
Tracey, thanks very much for your time tonight.
Thank you so much.
You do wonder what the EPA's doing. Isn't the Environment Protection Authority established to stop that sort of thing? Where are they?
Yeah, I think so.